Ask not what the country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. A very good morning to our esteemed guests of honor, dignitaries, management, staff members, parents, and my dear friends. I am Dhriti Kantote, the CCA Vice Captain of Tappert's English School. India is a great country where people speak different languages. It is a country which proudly stands up for its diverse culture, tradition, caste, and religion. It is known for unity in diversity. Republic Day in India epitomizes this unity in diversity. It is on this auspicious occasion that our constitution came into existence, which gave a direction to our country. On this occasion, let us remember every Indian who has contributed and sacrificed their lives for making India a better place. Life is filled with obstacles. To overcome these obstacles, we take shelter of God. I now call upon Vibha Shastri to invoke the blessings of Almighty to make this event a successful one.
लम्बोदरमवलम्बे लम्बोदरमवलम्बे अम्बासुतमहर्निशं लम्बोदरमवलम्बे तुम्बुरु नारद विनुतम् तुम्बुरु नारद विनुतं तुम्बुरु नारद विनुतं लम्बालक विभवदनं तुम्बुरु नारद विनुतं लम्बालक विभवदनं लम्बोदरमवलम्बे अम्बासुतमहर्निशं लम्बोदरमवलम्बे.
Thank you, Vibha, for that melodious song. A small cheer and a great welcome makes a merry feast by William Shakespeare. I now call upon Vedika Kotian of Tappert's Foundation for Learning to render the welcome address.
Freedom in mind, faith in words, pride in our heart, memories in our souls. Let's salute the nation on this Republic Day. I, Vedika Kotian from Class 9B, extend a very warm welcome to our beloved Chief Guest of the Day, Lieutenant Colonel Ravindra Singh Bangari. We are very proud to have you with us today, sir. I would also like to extend a hearty welcome to the respected dignitaries, our beloved principal, teachers, and my dear friends. Last but not the least, with immense pleasure on behalf of my school, I would also like to cordially welcome our dear parents gathered today for this virtual celebration of the 72nd Republic Day, which is celebrated nationwide by hoisting our national flag with great enthusiasm. So today, by rejoicing in the glory of our nation and its accomplishments, we should try and bring in some positive changes in ourselves. Bring purity in our thoughts, love and warmth in our hearts, and a sense of respect towards everyone. Only then we can make our nation a better place to live in. At the end, I would also like to express my gratitude towards my teachers for giving me this opportunity of delivering the welcome note on this auspicious occasion. Once again, a very happy Republic Day.
Thank you, Vedika, for such a warm welcome. Every free nation of the world has its own flag. It is a symbol of a free country. The tricolour, our Indian national flag, represents the hopes and aspirations of the people of India. It is a symbol of national pride. Over the last few decades, several people, including the members of armed forces, have ungrudgingly laid down their lives to keep the tricolour flying in its full glory. I now request our CEO, Mr. Chinnappa, to escort our chief guest, Lieutenant Colonel Ravindra Singh Bangari, to the flag post to unfurl our national flag.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा उच्चल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
बोलो भारत माता की
जय
भारत माता की
जय
भारत माता की
जय
I thank our chief guest for unfurling the flag, and I also thank our CEO for escorting our chief guest. I now call upon Ridhima Kaushik to introduce our chief guest to us.
I consider it an honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Lieutenant Colonel Ravindra Singh Bangari, to you. Lieutenant Colonel Ravindra Singh Bangari was commissioned into the Army's Parachute Regiment in June 1982. He is a graduate of NDA Khadakwasla and IMA Dehradun. He has served in various operational sectors across the country and abroad. He was awarded the Army Chief's Commendation for operational rescue of a kidnapped boy in an insurgency-afflicted area in Manipur in 1987. During his service, he was a keen adventure enthusiast, participating in active skydiving, paragliding and parachute flying. Subsequently in service, he met with a serious accident while parachute flying in the Sky to Ocean Expedition 1998 at Leh and was later invalided out on medical grounds in April 2005. Thereupon, he went back to college to pursue higher studies before moving on to industry, where he is currently heading operations of an academic KPO. A graduate of Defence Services Staff College, Wellington, he is also a PGDM and a doctoral fellow in management from IIM Bengaluru, where he has taught courses on decision making and creativity and innovation as an adjunct faculty. A new elective course on decision making was conceptualized and offered for the first time in 2007 at IIM Bengaluru by Professor L. Prasad and him jointly. He has also offered executive programs on decision making with other faculty over the last decade and more. We are truly honored to have you in our midst, sir.
Thank you, Ridhima. I now request our chief guest to address us.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to firstly thank the management and the teaching staff for having me over on this occasion. It's my privilege to have the opportunity to unfurl the national flag at your school. And dear children, you are the primary reason that we are here for. And so I will address a few words to you. When I compare today's India to the time that even when we grew up, there has been a tremendous change. There are a lot of opportunities and you can do whatever you want, which was not the case about 30 to 40 years back. In fact, you must always also remember that with the opportunities, there are also associated challenges. I'll give you one small example. Today you feel that with the internet and the web and your mobile, you have all the information and knowledge in the world that you would ever want to access. That is an opportunity. But along with it, there is a bigger challenge How do you keep yourself away from frivolous, unwanted, false, and untrue information out there which is of no use to you? So I hope you are able to balance between the opportunities and challenges and do well in tomorrow's world so that the country can progress along with you all. You are the future of this country tomorrow. I will just like to say 3 more things before I close. One is, while you are at it in your schools, remember you must develop the ability to think critically. What is right, what is true, what is false, how things happen, what is the truth, what is the reason behind this, what is the logic. Learn to develop logical thinking. Number 2 is, learn to differentiate between the right and the wrong. I think this is very, very important. I've seen this is very important for people in, positions of responsibility. In fact, this is the only thing which matters as you go higher and higher up in the hierarchy. What is right, what is wrong. And you should be able to stand up for the difficult right. It is one of the biggest challenges we as a nation face today at every level. And the last thing is, you have to work hard to be good at anything. You want to be a sportsman, you want to be a hobbyist, you want to do well in your academics, you want to become a top gun, a scientist or a fighter pilot. You have to work very, very hard. Let me tell this to you. If you want to be good at good at whatever you wish to excel in, you'll have to spend hours understanding and developing that expertise. Again, I'll finally close giving you an example of the tremendous opportunities there are there in front of you. I mean, the other day, a few months back, I read about an auto rickshaw driver's daughter, I think somewhere in Madhya Pradesh, who had managed to do well in studies, and she had done her engineering not from a very top university or one of the IITs or NITs or something, but she had completed her engineering, and then she sat for the entrance to the Indian Air Force direct pilot program. She got through that, and you can imagine within a few years she would be flying the most advanced fighter jets in the world today. A girl who would have never imagined that before. So these are the opportunities that are there in front of you. Just make a grab for them. We want you to do well, because if you do well, our country will progress. We still have many, many miles to go. And I hope we can depend on you to achieve the dreams of our republic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those valuable words. We are delighted that Team Impact from Daffodils English School has emerged winner in the Microsoft Imagine Cup 2020 EA for Good Challenge. This was a challenge thrown open at countries across the globe. Our friends have brought us laurels by being one of the winning teams. Our Team Impact presented an end to end construction company that helps reduce waste through AI systems and improves eco friendly designs to help Earth. It is now time to felicitate our Team Impact members. pleased to inform you that Daffodils Foundation for Learning is ranked number 1 in India under the top CBSE schools parameter wise for holistic development in the survey conducted by Education Today, a national education magazine. Different schools across the country from different categories such as ICSE, CBSE, state board schools, and residential schools have participated. The best schools were selected from each category. Daffodils Foundation for Learning received the award at the India School Merit Awards 2020, which was held on 23rd January 2021 at the Chancery Pavilion, Bengaluru. The award results will be published in the 8th Annual Corporate Education Edition, Education Today. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors, and congratulations to all the winners. Republic Day in India has been celebrated every year on January 26th since 1950 to honor the date on which the Constitution of India came into effect. The students of Daffodils English School present to you the Constitution unveiled.
Good morning. I am the Constitution of India. Do you know me? The British landed on the Indian subcontinent at the port of Surat on 24th August 1608 for the purpose of trade. Gradually, the British eclipsed other European trading companies, and over the years, they saw a massive expansion of their trading companies in India.
By the 1750s, the East India Company began intervening in Indian politics. The company saw the rise of its fortunes and its transformation from a trading venture to a ruling enterprise. When one of its military officials, Robert Clive, defeated the forces of the young Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Daulah, at the Battle of Plassey in 1757. Finally, the rule of the East India Company was brought to an end in 1858 after the First War of Indian Independence in 1857, which is also known as the Revolt of 1857. After the dissolution of the East India Company from India, the British Crown overtook direct control of India to begin what is known as the British Raj. The Indian independence movement was a series of historic events with the ultimate aim of ending the British rule in India. The movement spanned from 1857 to 1947.
Yes, after a long struggle, India finally won independence on 15th August 1947 from the British rule. The British government transferred the political power to the Indians, whose primary task now was to frame a constitution for a free India.
Do you know the Constituent Assembly, which was an elected body and represented different opinions and all committees and classes of India? Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the chairman of the Constituent Assembly. Dr. Ambedkar was the father of the Indian Constitution.
Is anyone aware of the luminaries from Karnataka who made significant contributions towards the framing of the Constitution? Sri Kengal Hanumantaya, he was a part of the committee for the drafting of a model constitution for the Indian states and made interventions on the issue of federalism. In the Constituent Assembly, he argued for greater autonomy for states. Sri T. Siddhalingaya represented Mysore state in the debate and proceedings on the Constituent Assembly in the Constitution Hall. S. D. Krishnamurti Rao was an active member on the drafting committee of the Constitution. He also voted for respect for all religions in the proceedings. He was a member of the Constitution Club. Sri Nijalingappa served variously as President of Mysore Congress and member of the historic Constituent Assembly, which also crafted the Indian Constitution.
We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Today, the program will be incomplete if I don't unveil the main ideals of the preamble.
I am the Constitution. I am made by Dr. Ambedkar for making all of you happy. I have given you right to justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity.
To understand this salient feature of the Constitution, we take you through a visual treat.
Hello, I'm Dithi Rao. I have secured the first rank in the NEET exam. My father is an auto driver and my parents are so happy that I'm going to become a doctor.
Oh, great! Congratulations! I secured 97th rank. My father's a surgeon and my mother's a gynecologist. They wanted me to be a doctor. I am happy that I'm able to fulfill their wishes.
Whether rich or poor, male or female, the right to equality provides for equal treatment of everyone under law, prevents discrimination on various grounds, treats everybody as equals in matters of public employment, abolishes untouchability and titles, etc.
Right to liberty. It means protection of life and personal liberty. No person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to procedure established by law. The right to life is not just about the right to survive. It also entails being able to live a complete life of dignity and meaning.
This noble ideal is enshrined in our preamble, and it stresses upon economic, political, and social justice to every citizen of our country. Let's now watch Equality Before Law.
Hello, control room, can you hear me? Stop. Sir, you're not wearing a helmet while riding the bike. Don't you know it's compulsory to wear a helmet?
Madam, do you know who I am? I'm a police inspector. Do you want to check my ID card?
You might be a police officer, but law is equal to everyone. You have to pay a fine of rupees 300. If you break this kind of rule again, your license will be cancelled. Our constitution also says that every person living within the territory of India has the equal rights and duties before law.
Right to fraternity. It means brotherhood. Whichever community or caste you belong to, we have to respect each other. We celebrate our festivals together. Don't you all agree that our constitution is really well made? It ensures every citizen freedom to express, freedom to worship, freedom to form any association, and free to follow any religion. All the citizens are treated equally without any discrimination. The Indian Constitution is the longest constitution for a sovereign nation.
Thank you, teachers and students, for putting up that vibrant skit. Now, we have the Student Council of Daffodils English School and Daffodils Foundation for Learning rendering the significance of Republic Day.
A very good morning to our esteemed guest of honor, dignitaries, parents, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, as we celebrate the 72nd Republic Day of India, let us take a few moments to reflect upon the special significance of 26 January in the history of India. Although India got its independence on 15th August 1947, as a nation, we did not have a constitution of our own, but continued to be governed by the laws implemented by the British.
The drafting committee, headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, took around 2 years and 11 months to put together the Indian Constitution. On the 26th of January 1950, the Constitution of India officially came into effect. 26th January was chosen as the date from which the Constitution came into effect because it was on this day in 1929 that the Declaration of Indian Independence, that is, the Purna Swaraj Resolution, was proclaimed by the Indian National Congress as opposed to the Dominion status offered by the British regime.
The adoption of the Constitution marked the transition to full independence from Britain as it ended Lord Mountbatten's role as the Governor General of India. Hence, every year, this national festival is celebrated with great joy, happiness, pomp, and splendor by citizens all over the country.
We all know the main Republic Day celebrations are held in the national capital, New Delhi. It is organized by the Ministry of Defense, starting from the Rashtrapati Bhavan, highlights the defense capabilities, social and cultural heritage, and puts Indian diversity in the limelight. The President unfurls the national flag and addresses the nation. Prestigious awards are given to the martyrs, heroes who have dedicated their lives to the country.
However, this year, India's grandest ceremonious event has been curtailed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Republic Day Parade of 2021 will be shorter, which involves fewer participants, and only a fourth of the total spectators will be allowed at Rajpath to witness the country's military might and cultural diversity. With smaller marching contingents compared to the previous years, and with the government following strict social distancing protocol to check the spread of the disease.
Not more than 25,000 spectators will be allowed at Rajpath this year compared to over 1 lakh people who usually turn up for this parade, braving the cold weather and standing in queues before the crack of the dawn to enter the area. Children below the age of 15 will not be permitted at the parade. The size of the marching contingents from the armed forces and the paramilitary will also be smaller. These squads will only have 96 participants compared to 144 in the ordinary course. The shortened route of the parade will end at the National Stadium instead of the Red Fort, and the cultural programs will also be fewer.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson had accepted India's invitation to be the chief guest at Republic Day on January 26th. But due to the aggravated COVID-19 situation in the UK, the British Prime Minister deferred his visit to India. The Ministry of External Affairs confirmed on January 14, 2021, that the country will not have any foreign chief guest for the Republic Day parade. Had the British Prime Minister been able to make it on January 26, he would have been the second UK Prime Minister to attend the event after John Major in 1993. The UK Prime Minister has invited India to join the UK's G7 summit next year. This is noteworthy, keeping in mind India's key position in the Indo-Pacific region and an increasingly indispensable partner for the UK as we work to boost jobs and growth, confront shared threats to our security, and protect our planet. Known as the pharmacy of the world, India supplies more than 50% of the world's vaccines, with over 1 billion doses of the UK's Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine being manufactured at the Serum Institute at Pune. It was a proud moment when these vaccines were shipped to locations all over India.
As we enter the new decade with confidence rather than fear, let us not be despondent but envision a strong and self-reliant India. Atmanirbhar Bharat, which translates to self-sufficient India or self-reliant India, is a policy formulated by the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, for making India a bigger and important part of the global economy, pursuing policies that are competitive, efficient, and resilient, and being self-sustaining and self-generating.
The 5 pillars of Atmanirbhar Bharat are economy, infrastructure, technology-driven system, vibrant demography, and demand. As part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat package, in order to give a much-needed boost to COVID-19 hit economy and stimulate employment, numerous decisions have been taken by the government to benefit individuals and companies who lost their jobs because of the coronavirus-induced lockdown.
Slogans have been coined under Atmanirbhar Bharat such as Vocal for Local, Local for Global, and Make for the World. Vocal for Local implies that not only products should be made in India, but also they must be competitive in terms of price and quality. We must appreciate our local products and encourage these industries to do better. Another extension of the slogan is Local for Global, which means that all products in India should have global appeal and reach. Make for the World goes hand in hand with Make in India.
Self reliance is directly connected to quality. It is widely accepted that the developed nations are able to dominate global markets because of their innovative products and their quality. Thus, India aims to produce goods of a quality that not only reduces our dependence on imported goods but also makes them well sought after globally while placing India amongst the foremost exporters of the world.
A strong, self-reliant India stands for greater good of the world. Towards this end, India aims to achieve technological self-reliance and position itself among the top 3 scientific superpowers in the decade to come. The policy also envisages the formation of STI development banks for direct investments on long and medium-term projects in select strategic areas, commercial ventures, startups, technology diffusion, and licensing.
It also aims to create an accountable research system, promoting translational as well as foundational research in the country in alignment with global standards. The establishment of a national STI observatory that will act as a central repository for all kinds of data related to it will encompass an open centralized database platform for all financial schemes, programs, grants, and incentives existing in the ecosystem.
An open science framework will be built to provide access to scientific data, information, knowledge, and resources to everyone in the country. A dedicated portal to provide access to the outputs of such publicly funded research will be created through the Indian Science and Technology Archive of Research.
The policy also proposes to create pathways for the government to negotiate with the journal publishers for a one nation, one subscription policy, whereby in return for a centrally negotiated payment, all the individuals in the country will have access to the journal articles. The policy also includes strategies to improve education, making it inclusive at all levels and making it more connected to the economy, and that the society will be developed through processes such as skill building, training, and infrastructural development.
It also proposes that hybrid funding models with enhanced participation from public and private sectors will be created through the Advanced Missions in Innovative Research Ecosystem ADMIRE initiative. Research and Innovation Excellence Frameworks RIEF will be developed to enhance the quality of research along with the promotion of engagements with the relevant stakeholders. Proper guidelines will be formulated to enhance the operating and safety protocols related to research and development and to recognize social impacts along with academic achievements.
Our ancestors gave us a glorious past. We need to create the future. The idea of the world as a large, well-knit family strengthen our relation with each other as well as with other nations. As India and Indians march forward, we must remain committed to engaging the global community to build a secure and prosperous future for ourselves and for the entire human race. I wish you all a happy Republic Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you all for those illuminative words. Patriotism can be showed in different forms. The students of Daffodil's Foundation for Learning are showcasing it through dance. that wonderful dance. Early last year, the COVID 19 outbreak brought our lives to a standstill and confronted the entire world with a crisis like never before, redefining the way we exist. During its lockdown, frontline workers were still going out every day to win what one doctor described as a war India can't afford to lose. Many workers, including doctors, nurses, paramedics, police, security guards, pilots, railway workers, sanitation workers, and garbage collectors, were braving grave odds every day. Not far behind were teachers who quickly adapted the online mode of teaching, put in hours of work to ensure that students do not lose out on their education. We thank all the coronavirus helpers and present a montage in honor of the frontline warriors of Daffodil's family who have helped us battle this pandemic. I now invite Manasa from State Board to render the vote of thanks.
Saying thank you is not just good manners, it's good spirituality. A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Manasa, take immense pleasure to present the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, I would like to thank our esteemed guest, Lieutenant Colonel Ravindra Singh Bangari, for hoisting the flag and enlightening us with his inspirational words. A warm thank you to our dignitaries who stand behind us in all our endeavors and encourage us to excel in everything we do. I would like to extend my gratitude to our teachers and the tech department for providing us encouragement and making this possible. A wholehearted thank you to my dear friends for being such a great audience. Finally, I would like to end by saying, let us all be grateful that we are a part of this great country which stands tall in the whole world because of its glorious past, a progressive present, and a promising future. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Let us pray for the prosperity and unity of our country on this Republic Day as we remember those who fought to give us freedom. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.